Hello again, Director Chauffeur, and welcome to another video. And this one's going to be something Doctor related. Now, I know I've not really done much Doctor related stuff in a while. Before recording this video, about like 10-20 minutes before it, I was actually curious about when the last time I did anything Doctor related on this channel. And the last video was actually uploaded on the 13th of January 2018. That was the last video I actually did uploaded, which was Doctor related. So it's been a while, even though it's been over a month, you know what I mean? So this one's actually going to be my thoughts about a rumour that actually came out about near last week and stuff. I know usually when it comes to like Doctor related stuff, I'm usually like one of the first to get there, but sometimes I end up leaving it a little bit later just to, to fully, give my thoughts over and think, okay, and I've got thoughts about that. And this is about a rumour of that the new Doctor Who series this year, Series 11, could actually air on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. Now, for those who, don't know about, Doctor Who and stuff, since the 2005 revival, Doctor Who has always aired on a Saturday, except for the specials that we've had over the years, such as the yearly long Christmas specials we've had since 2005, as well as the autumn and the Easter specials, both from 2009, and even the 2010 Christmas special, 2010 New Year special. Sorry. So, apart from the festive specials and stuff, Doctor Who usually airs on a Saturday. I know that during when it first aired back in 1963, it aired on a Saturday, and then I know it sort of like changed around throughout the 70s and the 1980s, and then we had the 1996 television film that aired on a Monday. Actually aired on Bank Holiday Monday in this country in that year. But overall, it's always aired on a Saturday. And my thoughts about that is, it'd be interesting to see that. I think it would be a little better for a lot of people. Now, the reason why the BBC are trying to do this is because of the fact that a few programmes air before or after, depending on what time they are, for Doctor Who. And the one thing about it is Strictly Come Dancing, which obviously is a very popular programme in this country. I don't know if they've actually got that specific programme outside of the UK. Outside of the UK, yeah. Maybe that certain countries have their own like dancing competitions and stuff, probably. And the thing about it is, because of that, what's causing the problems for Doctor Who. With Strictly Come Dancing, the thing with Doctor Who is that it ends up usually airing a lot later. And excuse me, sorry. And because of that, the time gets later and later and later, where it airs near around 8 o'clock in the evening. And it may air a little bit late, it might air at, 20 past 8, half past 8, whatever. And then it's coming up to like, once the programme's over, depending on how long it is, the episodes, it might be near like after 9 o'clock when it finishes, which is a little bit late, you know what I mean? And because of that, it might annoy a few people, especially the younger, generation, mostly like children and early teenagers, because obviously after a certain time, they have to go to bed and stuff. So with that, they may end up missing Doctor Who, or they may end up watching half of it, you know what I mean? And because of that, they don't get the full story. The parents may end up letting them watching it the following day instead because of the late times and stuff. And because of that, it sort of put a lot of people off. And also, the low ratings of the programme, because when a programme airs a lot later, it sort of puts people off. And because of that, a lot of people didn't really watch it, or they may have forgotten that it's on and think, oh, it's already aired, but no, it's not. And I think overall, the best thing to do is to put it a little bit earlier. But you've also got other programmes on. You have Pointless, which is a quiz show that we have over here. I know they have like a celebrity version airing on Saturdays. You've also got the football results, or soccer as they call it in America, because every Saturday they have a program where they're talking about like the football and stuff. It's usually like final score or it's match of the day. You know what I mean? So you can see which team is, if you want to see what team you support has won or whatever. They also have that as well, and that gets a little bit complicated as well because with that the BBC would have to literally like squeeze things in. And because the fact was Strictly Come Dancing, they cannot literally just take it off one weekend and then, okay, free, you got a free weekend, put Doctor Who in any place. You can't really do that. They can't really do that. So I think putting it on Sunday is a good thing, but then you've also got to think about the other, depending on what time it is, because obviously, you've got Monday as well, which obviously where children go back to school. You got teenagers going to school, whatever, college, whatever. You got to think about that as well. As well as adults who are working on Mondays. You know what I mean? They might not want to watch it on Sunday. They'd rather enjoy it on Saturday evening than they've got the Sunday, for free and stuff. But if it makes it a lot easier for the BBC to get it on, I think Sunday could be a good time. I think maybe try it out for once. You know what I mean? See if the ratings go a bit better, because I think if the ratings get a bit better on a Sunday, the BBC, the people who work at the BBC may look, okay, well, it's, the airing on, because of the fact that Doctor Who's been airing on Sunday lately, the ratings are actually going up for once instead of down. And why don't we try it out for the meantime? Why don't we have it air on Sunday for the foreseeable future? But I know there's another argument. People may say, well, Dominic, it's a tradition. Saturday night for Doctor Who is a tradition. And I agree with that. I've always loved watching Doctor Who every Saturday. But it would feel different if it was on a Sunday. But if it helps the viewers, the viewing numbers out a lot, you know what I mean? That might fix it, you know what I mean? Because, we've never complained when there's been a one-off special of Doctor Who airing on a day that's not Saturday, and that's just how it goes. It's like when we had the 2009 Easter special. I wasn't mourning it was on a Sunday. I was like, oh my God, we got Doctor Who today. You know what I mean? That's how I felt and stuff. But it will be interesting to see what happens. And, will it work and stuff. And that's just how it goes for a lot of those things. But I think overall for the BBC, I think they should try it out, see what happens. If the ratings go up, continue it for a Sunday. You know what I mean? Because, Saturday night slots for BBC One is a little bit tricky. People may say, well, why don't they put it on like BBC Two or whatever? They have their own programmes as well that make it a little bit different as well. And I think that would annoy a lot of people. Oh, well, you're airing Doctor Who now on BBC Two. You know what I mean? That would annoy a lot of people. But I think what the BBC could do is try it out for a bit. I was even thinking about what about Friday night either, you know what I mean? But again, that is an odd day as well, you know what I mean? But I think overall, what the BBC could do is try it out and see what happens, you know what I mean? Maybe try it out for a couple of weeks if they're able to do that and see if it works. But then obviously that's going to complicate things because you'll have a couple of weeks on Sunday and then you'll have, you know what I mean, everything on Saturday. So just see what happens, really. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. Pardon me. And that's all you can do, really. You know what I mean? Because if that's the problem with Doctor Who, you know what I mean, everyone on Saturdays, then there should be, a switch over. Now, I know that, people may say, well, what about BBC iPlayer? Now, this is a thing that made me think, so I was reading about this earlier, and someone said about, maybe airing it on BBC iPlayer. And I think that could be a good, move to do, but obviously you need to be on the website to do it and stuff. But maybe that could be a good thing to do, maybe, air it on BBC iPlayer on Saturday evening, and then show it on television on Sunday afternoon, you know what I mean? That could be another plan as well. That might entice people to, use BBC iPlayer. So that's another thing they could do as well. But I think whatever happens, I think as long as it gets people watching and entice people more, to show it a little bit early, that might get the ratings up a bit, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes Doctor Who airs like after 8 o'clock, and you know where we were sometimes used to, like when you look back, you know, like 2007, 2008, it would air around like 5:30, 6 o'clock, or it might air around 5 o'clock, and that's the time we were used to. But I think another thing is also airing it a lot later. You know, the reason I think that worked before was because the fact that with series 1 through 6, it actually aired a lot earlier. Like usually you'd have like the Christmas special, and then obviously the following year comes, and it would air around like springtime on television. And I preferred that because it was a short time to wait for. Whereas when you go from December to like September, October, it's a really, really long wait, and obviously it's getting a lot, you know, dark with a lot of things, you know, with time and stuff. And also I think that's another thing, because you don't, you know, when it's early, you don't have a lot of things going on with programs and stuff. But I think whatever happens, you know, with Doctor Who and stuff, it will be interesting to see it air on a Sunday, you know what I mean? Just see what happens. Maybe if it might work for Series 11, and then for Series 12 it might work in 2019. So, yeah, that's all I can say really and stuff. I think it might make it a lot more better for a lot of viewers as well, to air on Sunday. Then you're not having people annoyed, you're not seeing the ratings becoming low, and, you know, people becoming frustrated and stuff, and that's just how it goes. Because that's probably Strictly Come Dancing, is that it lasts for like, well, I think it lasts for like about an hour and a half, I think it does, yeah. It's worse when it's like the final, because it lasts a lot longer than usual and stuff. It would be a shame, you know, to lose Doctor Who that way and stuff. But I think, yeah, see what happens and stuff, and if it works out well, continue that pattern, okay? You know what I mean? That's all I can say, really. Because during Capaldi's era, especially the last few years, the ratings were going low because the episodes kept airing late after late, and it annoyed a lot of people. Like, it was after like 8:30, you know what I mean? Even it was coming up to like near 9 o'clock when sometimes it'd be finishing, you know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't like that, you know what I mean? And just how it goes. So I think maybe air it on Sundays, air it around maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock, and you'll make a lot more people happy about watching Doctor Who. So yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different, so it was, but I wanted to do something Doctor Who related and stuff. Not done anything like this in a while, so I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all on Saturday, as well as my Alex video on Friday. Just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope your weekend went very well, and hope your week is going well so far. Just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!